Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 647, first person versus third person.
Yeah, Stanley's not in here. He's out on the couch hanging out, soaking up some sun. All right, first person versus third person. Third person, there's objective, limited, which is also called subjective, and omni. Objective is you don't get into the thoughts and feelings and inside the head of any of the characters. Everything is observational. So it's just observing all these different characters from no one's singular perspective. If it was from a single character, then it would be first person. And you'd write I am doing this, and I. Third person, it's all pronouns, he, she, they, it, doing these things. But it seemed like they knew what was going on and that kind of perspective. Limited, also known as subjective, means you're inside the heads of some of the characters. Some people may call this head hopping, as you talk about the feelings and thoughts of this one character, and then say this other character seems like they understood, as opposed to, they understood at a deeper level than she could ever contemplate. That would be third person limited, also called third person subjective. Some people look at that as head hopping. I do that. I do third person limited. I do not get in the heads of every character in all the books all the time. That would be third person omni, where you're inside the heads of all the characters all the time, and you can share their thoughts, you can share their feelings, you can share any kind of introspective that they may have. Different genres have different demands for what is expected regarding third person or first person. You go into post-apocalyptic and first person is predominant. Some romance first person is dominant. However, most of them it's third person based on the genre, looking at how it's approached. So understand that if you read your genre that you write in, then you'll have a good idea. 9 out of 10 authors use first person in this genre. I'm just breaking in. Let me do first person until I know completely what I'm doing, and then you can shift. What about mixing, putting first person and third person in the same book? I've done that quite a few times, because sometimes you have a different thread where the first person doesn't see what's going on here, but you need to bring in that thread. You need to bring in that side plot, and the only way you can do that is third person, because your main character isn't there. The main character, that is very unipolar kind of approach, because it's just the main character through their eyes, through their ears, through their senses, and that's it. There's no ancillary side plots except for what they see and take in and share with the reader. So first person, I would recommend doing it in a different chapter. You definitely want to do it during a scene break, but I would do it in a different chapter, and that's how I've done it. First person and then third person for a different chapter in order to follow that thread. Whatever you do, stay consistent throughout. Don't say I and then throw in a you. That would be second person. Everything's you. My sister's friend's brother, which would be fourth person, and we don't want to go there either. That would be extremely cumbersome. Although, you may do that for dialogue on occasion just to make a point. So study your genre norms and then look at what is prevalent and do what the majority of them do until you know exactly what you're doing, and then you can deviate and go your own way. It helps to know what everybody else is doing, because then you'll know why. And when you know the why, then you can deviate, because you can still deliver to the readers. And that's the most important thing. Entertainment for the readers. Everything you write is to entertain. You're an entertainer. So deliver, entertain them, and then they'll come back for the next book. And that's when you win as an author. Peace, fellow humans.